Hey Fortnite squad, Jakus the creator here, and today I'm going to be dropping into Fortnite with Max Graphics. Recently I upgraded my graphics card from a 970 to a 3080 Ti. That's quite the jump, so these drops serve as a sort of stress test to figure out my best settings while recording. With the power of Lumen lighting and Nanite's technology, we're basically going to be making Fortnite look very, very nice. Anyway, that's enough of my stunning voice, let's get into the stunning drops with game number 1. We're just full sending it to start out. I have everything cranked to the absolute max. I landed at this humble ruin in game 1. I don't wish to die instantly. My first kill was on this El Chapulin, followed by this little red knight. Just look at the effects as I pop this flowberry. Absolutely gorgeous. My next fight was up at the decaying sign of capitalism. This must be that woke mob I've been hearing so much about. Later on, I was attacked by an invisible man, and while I got the first shot in, I still died. Sure, I may be single-handedly speeding up global warming, but look how good the water looks. The most notable changes are easily in the lighting. The way this marvel chest illuminates the room, or the lights produced by these slurp kegs exploding. Even editing is pretty now. That's crazy. After testing out the newest US military technology on these consenting Doom bots, I unleashed my power on this poor bot. This thing is an itemized mech, it's insane! Oh, these kids don't know what's about to hit them. One got drone striked, another got bullet rain, and the last got regular old shot. Slim Shady thought he was slick, so I smote him. After that, a few shots from my AR was all it took to finish him off. I was losing the bunker when Doom emerged, so I guess I'll try go for that. Doom Island was pretty contested, and I held my ground pretty well, but in the end, I didn't make it. The only graphics change I made in Game 3 was turning hardware ray tracing on. Dude, Wolverine, do you mind? This is meant to be, like, the best of the best visuals, but honestly, I couldn't really tell the difference. That Wolverine came back, so I dealt with him the only way I know how. Can't interrupt my emote now, can you? There is a 0% chance that either of these players were real, but it doesn't matter because it looks awesome. Ray tracing is a cool feature. It's neat that I can see the bridge reflect off of the water, but I'm just not sure that it's worth the extra resources. Well, that's probably not good. Let's ignore that and focus on the pretty colors. After I killed this guy, this game just became a 1 vs 1, and it's me versus Dr. Doom. I fought bravely and frankly lasted way longer than I thought I would have, but you know, it is Doom. Game 4 ray tracing is off, and I've turned everything except effects to high. I like the bubbly clouds. It still looks absolutely stunning, but like 2% less absolutely stunning. I always love when people become AFK Andes mid-fight. Oh, you know your loadout is cooked when you have mushrooms in the shotgun slot. Railed my way down to Reckless Railway where I intruded on this fight. I got myself a pretty nice position and oh hey, Reckless Railway has birds. I killed that guy, by the way. And look at that, a shotgun! Shotgun or not, I still got absolutely obliterated. Same settings game 5, but this time it is I who is Doom. And I doomed all over the place. On this guy, and definitely on this guy. Doom is fully equipped, but easily his best move is definitely the push dive. It's just too funny. And with one last person absolutely doomed all over, Doom is mine and the win is ours. Game 6 I had everything on the highest settings, but shadows turned off, and yeah, this looks off. Avert your gaze, Hog 23. I'll spare you from this shadowless reality. Shadows are definitely a big frame gobbler. You can really see my FPS really finally trying to go above 60 with them switched off. But the whole game has this weird glow to it when shadows are off. It's pretty uncanny. At least this cozy campfire looks good. So warm. So fiery. So cozy. I was rightfully imprisoned for my crimes against the eyes. And, well, I'm a Fortnite YouTuber. How long did you think I'd last in prison? Game 7 was still on the max settings, but this time, Nanite and Lumen are turned off. It looks alright. It's still very pretty, but after getting used to Lumen, it misses that extra glow. My frames are definitely a lot higher though. When indoors, I can get about 90 to 100, but it drops down to 60 to 70 when fighting anyway, so I'm not sure that it's that worth it. Anyway, I think I just got the easiest medallion of my career. This mythical burst AR feels really good to use. Bushranger approved. Anyway, this guy got me pretty low, and I didn't have many heals, so when we got up close and personal, he pretty easily bested me. Higher frames are obviously better for gameplay, and when on medium settings, I can get a pretty solid 120 to 140, but YouTube will only show you 60, so I figure if I've only got 60 frames, might as well make them as pretty as possible. It's not all about seeing, you gotta hear well too. and apparently this guy didn't. But I fumbled game 8 pretty quickly, so for your viewing pleasure, we're just gonna move right on to game number 9. Just look at the way his gold trims glisten in the sunlight. Oh, it's so shiny! Lucky Deadpool got to see it up close. Doom's Island appeared, and while I threw my hat in the ring, I pretty quickly realized it would just be smarter to leave. In the end, I wasn't Doom, but when it came time to fight, I got some real good damage in. I honestly thought I might have a chance here, but then my jetpack ran out of juice and I was pretty much instantly annihilated. These are the settings I used to play on, all medium, and isn't it bland? I think there's something to be said about how bad these past few Fortnite seasons have looked if you play on anything below the top graphics. At least my FPS is nice. Doesn't matter what my graphics are, nothing can stop me from spreading some good old American liberty. I think I miss my Lumen technology. Thankfully we won't have to look at this for too much longer as I got absolutely destroyed by a third party. At least I got to watch him die too. Back to max settings so we can appreciate all the right details. After lore accurate black catting my way through this toy trooper, I got attacked by the superhero skin who definitely would have killed me, but mom said it's bedtime. The Mysterio invisibility medallion is honestly a debuff. You couldn't pay me to pick it up. I had a very annoying fight with this Katara who kept boxing up with armored walls and healing all the way to max. The storm took over and she finally showed her face, so I showed her my sweet American justice. I thought I was cooked until I luckily stumbled upon 3 medkits, which pushed me through to the safe zone. Boxed up in the final circle, the last person has to come to me. It's Dollar Store Doom Powers versus American Liberty, and the Bald Eagle always wins. I don't know why I couldn't move, I think it was a bug. Just know I would be emoting on you right now. Game 12 I died very quickly, but I looked good doing it. Game 13 I'm landing Rebel's Roost because, well, someone has to. The structural integrity of this POI leaves a lot to be desired, though not as much as this man's bones after I'm through with him. Gotta say, this biome does look very good on max settings. That's the Lumen difference. Made my way up to Doom's castle where I was attacked by a flying man. Fool! Does he not know of bullets? I got a pretty much perfect upgrade to my loot, then when the storm came, I just took Doom's Tower of Pollution and flew away. Railed my way down to Reckless where I was attacked by a Cybertruck. I can't shoot it or Elon will suspend my Twitter account. The driver got out and killed me, probably because I didn't call it X. Game 14, I am Iron Man. I hate you 3000, he said, and the audience cheered. It doesn't matter how good your guns are or how good your graphics are, sometimes you're just plain bad. Game 15 I landed right on the Iron Man launch pad. Unfortunately, the rest of the lobby had the same idea, and I very quickly died. Time to show those punks a little American culture. Sorry Iron Man, but no one stands in the way of American liberty of justice. This is what 0.01% of the US national military budget gets you. Kilometer? I barely know her. Just look at this man. Doesn't it make you feel patriotic and proud? I was dispatched to deal with an enemy of the state, and unfortunately lost to the war in Suez. Don't worry, the CIA will deal with her, and her family, and possibly her hometown too. You reckon this glider is comfortable for the weird squid thing? I'm doubtful. Probably not in as much discomfort as this guy though. A big reason why I dropped Grim Gate so much is these dashes. They make the early game fights super fun. Unfortunately, the mid game was significantly less fun as I was third partied whilst fighting and ultimately killed. Game 18 I landed at the Box Factory, a location frequented by only the most skillful of players. Honestly, it's not even a bad spot. There's some decent materials here and it's never really contested. Remember when Dr. Doom drove his famous Doom car and Doom drove all over everyone? Yeah, me too. Game 19 I'm leaving Grimgate with a pretty normal loadout. I had a hunch about this bush, so I shot into it, and what would you know? A blue woman jumped out and tried to kill me! Remember what I said about the normal loadout? Yeah, that didn't last long. You know what else didn't last very long? My life! Maybe if I didn't bug out like that. What was that about? Game 20 is played in the day of Doom LTM. It's okay. Do I think it's worth using max graphics? If your PC can handle it, definitely. It makes the game a lot more enjoyable when it's more pleasant to look at just as a player, and especially if you're recording like I am, I think it's worth the frame drop for a better viewing experience. But I do get that if you're a more competitive player, you do need all the frames you can get. I'm not crazy about this Stark Pulse rifle. The recoil is a bit high, and the bullet drop is very strong for a weapon of this type. Anyway, this LTM is good fun. I don't think it's anything super special, but it's a fun sandbox to use the powers of capitalism in. Plus, teaming up on the big bad as a band of heroes is admittedly super cool. We won, by the way. Just saying, it's a pretty cool mode. Thanks for watching Fortnite Squad. I hope you enjoyed these absolutely glisteringly stunning games. Now if you'll excuse me, I need to go put an ice pack in my PC. Stay creative.